Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of today's in Crypto Show. We're seeing such a dramatic event happening in the crypto space yesterday with Mantra Om dropping 90%. It's a top 25% coin on a coin market cap, wiping out more than $5.5 billion in just 1 hour. What the heck happened in today's show, as well as let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin, what's new regarding the tariffs, and are we seeing some light at the end of the tunnel and some positive bullish momentum, or we're still kind of chopping away? So all of that on today's show. Let's get started. So first of all, I want to say this is historic, as Mantra Om clearly has been manipulated for a pretty long period of time, since November, December 2023, when it started rising steadily with no big corrections. And you might wonder how in the world in February, when the entire market went into big corrections of losing 50-60% of its value, the Mantra Om actually went up. It actually almost doubled in price since January 20. Yeah, it's like 129% move. How in the world happened? All from market makers and manipulation. Yes, this is a layer one real world assets tokenization project backed by a deal with the Damak Properties in UAE of $1 billion. If you look at 1 billion deal, Damak and Om, you're going to be able to see that Mantra and Damak signs $1 billion deal to tokenize Middle Eastern assets. So what the heck happened? The price plunged in a matter of 1 hour. Actually, if you take a look over here, from $5.5 first to $1.37 and then to 39 cents. And if you look at the 1 minute chart, you'll be able to see that it actually happened. In 2 minutes, the price of Om has dropped by 54%, and then following a bleed over the next 1.5 hours to around 40 cents price. Now, this is remind me of Luna collapse that happened in May 2022, when Luna was trading at $120 and dropped all the way to below a penny in a fairly short period of time throughout the day. So what the heck happened, and what we might learn from it? So you see, this might be disaster on the level of Luna. Over 6 billion extracted in the crypto in just 30 minutes. It all started with a wallet link to Mantra, sent 3.9 million Ohm to OKEX. The team controls 90% of the supply, which is not good. And they also did an airdrop, and they also sell in OTC, apparently, to people at 50% price. And when the price started dropping a lot, these people that receive OTC started to run for their money and trying to get access to their liquidity as soon as possible. So what do we see here? Quiet changes to tokenomics. Airdrops can get delayed. Founder inactive in 24 hours. When Om deposit hit OKX, panic started. People feared a dump, and selling pressure kicked in fast. And then they've sold tokens to private investors with massive discounts on 50% more or more. I didn't know about that. People sold, stop loss hit, mass liquidation, lever position liquidate. People that are taking as collateral Mantra Om, they got completely wiped out and liquidated. In just 1 hour, drop of 90%, $5.5 billion in value evaporated from $7 to $0.50. This is crazy. And then the Om Telegram group was become not available. So that's kind of what happened. Wild. But here we are. The CEO of Mantra Chain remarks at BTCon RWA Summit There was no exploit or hack, no active selling from market makers or investment. Large investors using almost collateral were liquidated, which caused drastic price action. No profit taken from insiders, including team members. So, is there hope? Is there hope? Because the team is obviously saying they're not going anywhere. We're here. Nobody sold. We still have those vesting periods and unlocks. So was it like a huge whales manipulation that dumped all at once, causing a cascade of liquidation? If so, if the team is really strong, then this might be a great time to buy OM. Although risky because you can see such a dramatic fall in the price in a short period of time creates a lot of uncertainty in the project, creates a lot of doubts in the projects, and can lead to further downward pressure. Okay, so if you are gonna take this trade, know that it's high risk trade and don't put more money than you can afford to lose. If it does goes in your direction, the recovery is not gonna be just like that. Boom, it's gonna recover by 600%, 700%. Don't bet on it. It's not gonna happen. There is a lot of panic right now around this project right now, and the recovery, if it's gonna be a recovery, will be slow. If not, we're just gonna continue bleeding to hit new lows for Mantra. Gold is hitting new highs, and new highs are uncertainty ramps with the tariffs and the China and US war, the trade war escalated. Now there was an announcement about the semiconductors and electronics and mobile, like all of this electronics, gadgets, computers are gonna be exempt from tariffs, but it's not really that helpful. If we look at S&P 500, we are still trading below the 200-day moving average, and we are in this bearish territory. Now, if it's gonna go to 5,760 and be rejected from that and go down, still doesn't help. We need to go above as soon as possible the 200-day moving average. You can see the dollar is weakening. Dollar is tumbling below $100 to levels not seen in a very long time, like April 2022. So the dollar is weakening, which is, it's good for risk on assets, but the stock market is such a bad condition. If you look at Bitcoin, if you draw a trend line like this, we are in this resistance zone still. If, however, you draw it a little bit like this, now you see it's in a breakout. So depending on how you draw it, it's more correct and more cautious to draw it like this. We are in this still period of resistance that we should be able to cross it for the bulls, okay, cross it for the bulls and close it above $88,000. It will be very, very good for the bulls. Failure to do so may lead to the price tumbling down once again. But we're seeing on a 3 weeks chart, this is a Heiken Ashi candles. You can see on MACD, what we don't want to see is over here, like in the bear markets, this kind of cross to the downside. The blue is below, which is what we start to see right now. The momentum is shifting to the downside on a 3 weeks chart, which is not exactly what we want to see. We don't want to have this lead to a prolonged bear market, which I don't believe is the case. We still have bullishness to come back, with Federal Reserve saying that they are ready. Federal Reserve is ready to step in. Basically, they said they're Federal Reserve prepared to intervene, okay, in financial markets if liquidity issues arise, says Boston Federal President. So it's a good thing. This is what we want to see. A lot of this funny videos circulating around TikTok, around Twitter about Americans, Donald Trump, and others working for Apple for the different things, replacing the work of China. It's been crazy. This war has no winners. We see new billionaire investor Ray Dalio's is concerned about something worse than a recession. Quote, we have something that is much more profound. We have breaking down on the monetary order. And he's the most successful
I think that
hedge fund manager of all times, of Bridgewater's, managing over $140 billion. So this guy is definitely to pay attention to. We have a breaking down of the monetary order. So as you know, it's chaotic. But looking after even a 90% in an hour dump on all mantra, it still has a better yearly performance than Ethereum, which is kind of crazy. If you look at the Ethereum where it is right now at $1,668, in my opinion, is highly undervalued right now. Highly undervalued. There's gonna be a Pectra update. So I'm personally buying Ethereum, but bought more Ethereum around this level of green, $1,568. Bought some more Ethereum. It's been underperforming if you look at the year. Of course, the year to date, it's not looking so sexy. As year to date, it's down 50%. And ironically, if you look at Ohm and how much is doing this year, okay, minus 80%. Anyhow, what we need to see, Eric Trump, Bitcoin is one of the greatest stores of value, immediately liquid and unbelievable hedge against real estate. So what Bitcoin story is going to tell us? Right now, the ETFs is outflows. You can see negative, which is we don't want to see for the bulls. We don't want to see that. We see a lot of concentration in Michael Saylor. He has $44 billion. $44 billion in concentration. 528,000 Bitcoin, $44 billion holdings, 2.52% ownership of 21 million Bitcoin supply, average cost of 67,500. The average has been going up. So the concern is if Bitcoin will go down below 67,000, is he prepared to buy more? And is he going to be forced or not to sell his liquidate his Bitcoin holdings? Right now, Polymarket is saying 10% chance to do so. He is, of course, a Bitcoin bull with more than $1 million, even $13 million target for Bitcoin price. So, of course, he doesn't want to sell Bitcoin, but will he be forced to do so in case of dramatic drops? I don't know, but this is scary for the market to have such a large concentration inside of one player. Anyhow, we are in uncertainty territory right now. We are still not ready to celebrate. We are trading better than 75K for Bitcoin. It's 85K. Ethereum 1600. Trying to break from here, but of course, on a 200-day moving average, it's been going down. It's been going down. So what we need to do is to go above this line of 2,800, right? This is the line that we want, a 200-day moving average. So we are deeply undervalued for Ethereum, which might be a great time to buy. So that's it for today's update. Be careful with the mantra and Ohm. Don't gamble on it. Don't leverage on it. Don't over speculate it. Okay. I made a little bit of a move, just playing with it. I bought it 60 cents. I sold it $1.04. So I'm not touching this, like this price action. I don't like at all. So it can go both ways. It can go both ways and quickly. Okay, so a lot of uncertainty in the market. So that's my update for today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next episode of today's In Crypto Show. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. Stay sober. Stay level-headed, and I'll see you guys soon.